Shalom. This is Shalomar from the Great Millstone Atlanta camp. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rahakodash. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, to teach and rule well, peace, love, and safety to the hopeful elect. And of course, I want to say it was just between Friday and Saturday. Today is Sunday. But between Friday and Saturday, which was the 13th and the 14th of June, the land of Israel was hit by Iranian missiles. And this is also prophecy. It's mentioned throughout the scriptures that that land was going to get destroyed. Not completely destroyed, because there are two, when you read Ezekiel 38, which I'm going to get that in a minute. It talks about the land of unwalled villages. That's mainly talking about America, but it also talks about the land of Israel. Now, if you rewind back a few years and looking at how NATO, the EU, America, all of the allies pretty much got along, traded, did business, had each other's back, things made sense. Now, not really made sense, but it made sense to the world. Now things are not making sense to the world, but is actually making perfect sense according to the scriptures, because it seems like now that America and Israel is on their own. You don't see the UK and Great Britain, teaming up with Israel to fight Palestine or to fight Iran or to fight Gaza. It's always United States and Israel. So those two lands are going to be destroyed. Israel is going to be rebuilt. All right, because that's the land that the Lord promised the Israelites, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans. And it's prophesied all through the scriptures, Revelations 21, Isaiah 14, many other scriptures about us being put back into our land. But because it is defiled by the heathen, we call them the small hats, that place has to be cleansed by fire. So that's why you see these missiles hitting that place now. And this is going to keep going. It's going to continue to get worse for them, but better for those that's looking for the new beginning, which is going to be the kingdom of heaven. All right, so I want to start out with a few scriptures. Let's start with Ezekiel. Salaki, let's start with Exodus. I'm going to go to Ezekiel later. Exodus 17 and 16. It says, "For he said, because the Lord has sworn that the Lord will have war with Amalek from generation to generations." And Amalek is the grandson of Esau, which we the Edomites are the so-called the progenitor of the so-called white race today. But you also have Amalek, which is the grandson of Esau, and those who we would call the small hats, the ones that dwell in that land now. Not only do they dwell in the land and has pretty much turned it into their own country. From what was it, 1948? It was set up to be the state of Israel, and not only that, but a lot of those people are in control of the United States government. Not only that, Mexico. Not only that, Hollywood, the media, the music industry. That's why all of these things, they're really set up to keep the Israelites down so they can continue to rule the earth. They own the banks, they own the money, they own everything pretty much. So the Lord he's speaking loud and clear. He said that place was going to be destroyed. mainly by Gog and Magog. So let's get that real quick. But yeah, going back to this verse 16, he said he was going to make war with Amalek from generation to generation. And that's what's going on. It's always been war. It's always been fighting with Palestine. Now, they taking down Palestine and the Gaza Strip and just completely demolished that area. Now, a lot of these Islamic states are going to team up to fight against them. Not only that, the main ones is going to completely hit that place up with missiles is going to be Russia. So let's go to Ezekiel. Um, 38. In 18, it says, and it shall come to pass at the same time when Gog shall come against the land of Israel, and the land of Gog is now controlled by what you would call the Russians, which those people are Edomites also. It says, and Gog shall come against the land of Israel, said the Lord Yahweh, that my fury shall come up in my face, for in my jealousy and the fire of my wrath I have spoken. Surely in that day there shall be a great shaking in the land of Israel. So yeah, the Lord he's about to do a number on that place. All of those buildings, all of those temples and things that they built over there, all of that's going to be gone. It's going to be destroyed. It's going to be completely destroyed. And I had I would call it a vision. I'm not going to go deep into it because it kind of goes deep, but I was with a few other men and we was walking through a land and it kind of looked like dead land. It was mostly like a desert looking area with broken trees and broken buildings, and it had like walls of houses still standing, but the rest of the house was gone. And we was just walking through that land, and it was a few men dressed in all white. This was many, many, many years before I even heard of the truth. But I really believe that the Lord was showing me that was going to happen to that land, because America's not going to look like that. America's going to be completely blown off the face of the earth. Thus said the scriptures. All right, thus said the Lord. All right, but hey, that land is going to get touched because just think, what do they have over there? They got Pink City. That's totally against the scriptures, totally against the Most High. All right. We aren't supposed to have that going on in our land. So it has to be cleansed by fire. Other things is going on. Then you got the heathen. Those people are filthy over there. It just needs to be cleansed up before we can take over. And how is the Lord going to do it? With fire. What's going on now? As you see, as missiles raining down on certain areas, I believe they showed a picture of the airport in Tel Aviv, and it was all blown up. So before they can rebuild, the Lord is gonna continue to throw down in that place. All right, that Iron Dome is gonna disappear, and all the missiles are gonna hit their targets. All right, and this is not my opinion. This is what the scriptures say. All right, so you want to come after somebody about the words that's being spoken in this lesson, you need to take that up with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which you would not win. All right, if you come to me, I'm talking about the government or whoever. You come up against the prophets. It don't matter what you do to the prophets. The prophecy is still going to happen. It's still going to happen. All right. So the Lord commanded us to teach and tell these things. It's going to happen. can't stop prophecy. You can't stop this war. You can't stop World War III. You can't stop the nuclear missiles from falling. That's just what's going to happen, and we can clearly see that time is coming faster than we think. All right, let's continue. Let's go back to Ezekiel 36 and verse 5. It says, and this whole chapter is about Esau Edom. Wait a minute. 35 is about Esau Edom, but Esau is also mentioned in I believe 36 is all about Esau Edom as well. But let's go to verse 5. It says, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh power, surely in the fire of my jealousy I have spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possessions, with the joy of all their hearts, with despiteful minds, to cast it out for a prey. Yeah, so these heathens have taken over the land and have completely defiled it. First of all, they're the wrong people to be over there. Not only that, there is a non-stop number of abominations going on. All right, let's prove. Let's show more proof that this land has been taken over by these demons, or by these devils. Joel chapter 3 verse 2. It says, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yehoshaphat in the Hebrew, and it means the Lord's judgment. It says, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. So that right there shows you, and this is a future prophecy, that shows you that the Lord had taken his people out of that land, and the heathen has taken over. So yeah, that's why that place has to get touched by fire. Okay, trying to think if I had another scripture in mind. Let's go to Joel 14. Not Joel 14. Isaiah 14. All right, it says, and the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And that's talking about the roles of being switched. Those that were our slave owners, they're gonna have to serve us in that land. All right, and when that servitude, that sentence is up, because it's going to be hardcore, and when it's up, they're going to be completely taken out. Let's go to verse 14. Slacky. Let's go to verse 21. It says, prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. So yeah, after that, they have to be completely taken out, because these devils will sneak in and try and take over everything that you have, which they have done all through history. I was just looking at this lady on TikTok talking about certain medicines that, and herbs and stuff that the Judites were that came up with, and Esau has taken credit for them. All right. So yeah, that's why that land has to be completely destroyed, because it is completely defiled. And even if you, I wouldn't even want to go over there and visit right now. I want to go over there when the Lord puts me back over there. All right, me and Lord's willing, I'm part of the number. Me and the elect. So continue to watch the news. You're gonna see more and more destruction coming upon that land. And like I said, this place that you call America, which Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures, is going to be completely demolished by nuclear fire. Adding up to that, you're going to see World War III, civil wars, famines, plagues, diseases, and pestilences, and a lot of violence. Not to mention all other kind of things, more signs in the heavens. The animals, are gonna start doing, weird stuff, like especially over here, because these animals got to go too. Everything over here is wicked. The only thing that's gonna be saved is the elect over here. Everything else got to go. All right. And our land, it has to be cleansed by fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. I pray that this lesson was edifying. Once again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honor to my elders and apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect.